Welcome back to Homestead, Mississippi. Today we've got some stuff going on that I just want to answer a couple questions. First off, rabbits. Why do we have rabbits? And this has to do with the entire video, rabbits. Because we use the rabbits for a couple different things. Number one, we don't eat them. We just don't believe in eating rabbits. And we go deep in depth with that if you wanted to. Just text me if you want to. But anyway, oh, got a couple of chickens here. And we found out that rabbits are quite useful. You know, number one, well, I just said a number one, now another number one. Anyway, so rabbits give birth quite often. And when they do, they have a lot of babies. We haven't become experts at taking care of these things and them giving us a lot of babies yet. But right now we've had good success. We've got like 11 right over here in this pen here. Let me show you. Here, this large pen, she's got several over in that corner right over there. I think it's 11, might be more. So anyway, when they have the babies, we can sell the babies. Let me back up for a second. We've been buying about 1 bag of feed per month, which is around 13, 14 bucks a month. In that case, it's only around $150, $170 a year to buy food for the rabbits. We have, say, 10 babies from one. And if we sell them 8 to 10 bucks per baby, that's $80 to $100. And if we have multiple, if we have more than one give birth, now we double that. And which case, speaking of rabbits, there's one right there. So we double that income just on that. Anything else we do with them is bonus or extra money. We don't sell a lot of them. We don't have a lot of babies. However, what we do get from them is the poo and the pee. So their urine is high in nitrogen. Very, very, very good for your plants. Dual purpose. Fertilizer, and this is just the urine, fertilizer and pesticide. We have collected a bunch of containers full of their urine. Got it in the barn, and I'm going to show you how we're going to use that. We've been collecting their poo. Those little pebbles, those things are excellent for fertilizer. And we've got them, they're all in the garden already. But what I'm more concerned about for this video and what we're doing today is using the urine for the pesticide. We're going to use this container right over here. And I'm going to do 1 to 2 urine to water. All right, so I'm going to fill it up about 2/3 of the way with water, and then put just a 1/3 of it of rabbit urine and dilute it. And that's what we're going to do. Let me go up here and show you my rabbit urine we've been collecting for a little while. It's gross. It's stinky. Really stinky. And if that's what keeps the bugs away, I don't blame them. It'd keep me away too. But it's all the other stuff that's in it. I don't know. It's stinky. It's going to get dark. Let's see here. It's a little dark in here. Way back over yonder. There's our containers full of rabbit urine. Now I'm just going to grab one. Oh. And then we're going to get out of this stinky place. We had rabbits in here for the most part, but now we've moved them around here and there. Give them more light. We didn't like it in there. It was kind of dark and dreary. Now, I didn't care for that too much. So, let's get some of this rabbit urine in this spray container so we can go over there and do some work. And then I'll show you the garden a little bit too. We did a little work on it. Again, these things love it around here. Love it. You gonna run for me? Yep, there you go, there you go. All right, let's get this. All right, so I'm not gonna try to make it exact, perfect. Whew, good gracious alive. One thing I don't want to do is touch this stuff. Whew, oh Lord. I'm gonna pour some in here. There we go. I'm not gonna do too much more than that. Whew. All right, so yeah, I am. There we go. Now I'll fill up the rest of the water. The main thing is I don't want to burn the plants. Whew. Oh, man, it's stanky. You really need to get some. And just take a big old whiff. It smells a little bit like sulfur, which makes sense. All right, now let's get some water in. Oh. All right, walking up into the garden area, you're going to notice some differences if you've watched us for a while. We have moved this awning up to here. We're going to grow the muscadines on the corners. We're going to get one for this corner and one for this corner. And of course, we've got that one quite established and that one quite established. And we're going to move this rose bush up around the other ones. And, what?
I said maybe.
Oh, maybe. Mama said maybe. She's up here with me. She's up here. There's her, what's that, eggplant, cilantro, and then flowers and some bushes. We've got tomatoes and we've got our cabbage, and we have so many volunteer tomatoes this year. It is pitiful. Every one of the tomatoes you can see in here, if you can, right back there, there's several of them, are volunteers. Did we get that stuff there from the compost?
Yes.
Yeah, from our compost. So we've got, the only thing that we've planted in here really is the okra, and you had some, spinach and pepper plants. Everything else in there is volunteer. And then we've got corn right here, and she just planted some beans. How are you going to do this, Mama? You doing corn and beans?
Corn, beans,
Corn,
pumpkin.
pole beans, and pumpkin. And what do you call that again?
I believe it's called the Three Sisters.
The Three Sisters. She's going to try the Three Sisters. So we're going to see how that works out. Now right up here, I'm going to show you this. We've got squash on the ground. That tomato we planted, and we planted another one back over here that something devoured, not us. And then we got this tomato. And we've got a patch of tomatoes there and a patch of tomatoes right in there that are volunteers. One right there, that's a volunteer. And then we've got our row of cucumbers that are going to go right up through there on that trellis like we did last year. And here's our other cucumbers. Everything's looking good, everything's growing, everything's doing great. We're not having any issues right now. And that's why I'm spraying, because we want to keep it that way. This nitrogen-rich urine and water spray that I have from this rabbit concoction, whatever you want to call it, we're going to spray on some of this stuff. Mimo's question whether or not should you eat it after you do that. I was like, well, it ain't poison. Most folks spray poison all over this stuff. This is an organic, all-natural pesticide. And we're going to use it and spray it directly on the leaves. It'll help. Nutrient-rich stuff will help with the leaves. We're going to spray it in the ground. And I'm hoping it may get rid of some of these ants. We got ants on the cilantro. That is going to be something we're going to have to get back and tell you. And I'll let you know. I'll let you know. We'll keep all this documented for you, as well as for us. Because I'm hoping it just gets rid of these ants. Ants are awful. Just tired of them. Tired of them. All right, that's neat. I like that. That's going to look real nice coming into here. Let's get to work. I've already had something eating on these leaves. All right, so I do watch other YouTube channels, and there's I haven't seen many here in the U.S. using rabbit urine. Now, I have seen quite a few folks overseas using rabbit urine because they don't want to use a lot of pesticides. And there was one gentleman over in Africa in particular that he had a greenhouse where he sells Roma tomatoes. And this is exactly what he uses on his tomatoes, and he sprays them. Water just goes right. I'm only going to do this first part of this okra and leave that other half without it so we can see a difference, if there is any difference. And I'm not going to do anything in the bed over there, such as tomatoes. We got tomatoes over here we've done, and tomatoes over there. So I'm only going to do the things that are in these beds here. And I'm going to spray half of the corn. We don't have a lot of corn. Not yet. Not this year. We're going to have a lot. But we're still growing. Still doing a lot. Stinky garden. No, it'll be fine. And so anyway, besides all this, we're also going to tell you a little bit about using hydrogen peroxide. So hydrogen peroxide is simply H2O2. Water is H2O. So it's a natural occurring element or solution. It's not necessarily a chemical. And you can use that to get rid of bacteria. And like if your plants start turning yellow, not brown. Brown's a different story. But if they start turning yellow, if they start turning brown, not yellow, yellow's something different. So now you've got a fungus or bacteria or something in your soil. You need hydrogen peroxide to get in there and kill it, and it'll work. And it's not hurting your plants. It actually helps your plants. It gets in there, kills the bacteria, the fungi, whatever's in there that's killing your plant, and then helps you. Then it waters your plant because it's basically almost water. It's H2O with another O. Just giving more oxygen to your soil, which you need. And this gives you more nitrogen, which you need. All right, so we're working on getting a really healthy garden going, and we'll keep you updated. Hey, we appreciate you guys. I'll let you go. Y'all be good, and we'll see you next time. Be blessed.